All right, so I have a question that I've been wanting to answer for myself, and that is, can I put the Sigma 70-200mm lens on my Sony A7IV with the small rig cage onto my DJI RS3 and it still be able to handle it? Now, the RS3 that I have is not the Pro version, so it doesn't have the highest capability for weight, but it can actually hold a decent amount of weight. I think the payload is about 6 kilograms. And with this setup, the 24-70, it does a pretty good job. I don't have any issues whatsoever. Can handle it in any situation that I throw at it. But the thing that I don't like is that when I zoom in and out of the 24-70, I have to recalibrate the RS3. So I'm pretty limited on changing focal lengths. But the Sigma 70-200 is an internal zoom. So no matter what focal length it's at, it remains the same size. So in theory, if this can handle this setup, then I never have to recalibrate it in order to change focal lengths. So we're gonna test that out. It's been a minute since I've actually used this, so it's like really dusty. I should probably use it more. And since I'm using the small rig cage, I actually have to take off this rail in order to put it on here. And now that this is in the way, we're gonna have to move this upward, and then we're gonna put on this thing. Fantastic. Leave it right about there. I'm also gonna flip this out, because believe it or not, flipping out your LCD screen makes a difference. And we're gonna take off the lens cap filter, slide this on, hopefully. This is already feeling precarious. Like, just to get this rail to slide back, there seems to be something limiting it. There we go. Okay, so for those who don't know how to balance a gimbal, you're gonna get a quick rundown. You wanna start off by locking things in place so things don't go flying. But the first thing is you wanna unlock this first axis, and it's gonna swindle down like that. Swing down. But we're gonna bring it up here, and we're gonna try and let go of it and see. Okay, it's falling backward. That means it's too heavy back that way. So we have to adjust the position of this arm. Lock it back in. You can see the dust mark where it was clean from it being covered and not covered. When you are tightening this section right here, you wanna make sure you're holding the weight of the camera and the lens so it's not pulling it down. So that way you can get a proper grip. And I think that's pretty good. So we'll leave that. Now the next part is the same axis, but we're gonna look at it tilting forward. So see how it's tilting forward too much? Have to bring it back. Still too far forward. Getting there, but still too far forward. The only reason why it's not falling forward is it's catching back here. So this may not actually work. Try and leave it to where it can at least clear that, and then we'll see if the gimbal can calibrate and adjust for it. Not ideal, but we'll see. Now this is for the roll, and this is really just the position of the camera going this direction. And see, if I take the LCD screen and put it back in, it doesn't roll nearly as much as it does when you have it out. That's how sensitive balancing can be. Perfect. And then the last thing is gonna be this. Kind of just tilt it forward a little bit, use the legs to help keep it steady, and then you're gonna see how it spins. So that tells me it's quite heavy at the back. Okay, I think that's gonna be the best that I can get it. So then next, all we do is turn on. Ooh, yeah, it is not liking it. So we're gonna try and calibrate it. Just leave it be, let it do its thing, see if it actually works. It's not pulling it back up this way, so I'm actually quite concerned if it's actually gonna work. It says it was successful. Oh my gosh, it's at 100 for tilt, 60 for roll, and 64 for pan. And it is not liking it. So I made a little bit of adjustment here. We're gonna see if this helped. Okay, the tilt is now at 86, that's better, but it's still not liking it. Also doesn't like the roll. So see how it's in the red right now? So it's possible, it's just this is too heavy to the point where the motor is gonna work itself a lot harder, and it's going to wear it down faster over time, kill the battery faster. So is it possible? Yeah. Would I do it? No. But I can still zoom out and zoom in without the lens changing length. So that's pretty cool. I think if I had the Pro version of this, it would be a lot easier for it to handle. I don't know if it's slightly larger, but I know it can carry a heavier payload. So it was worth a shot.